start with a broad question. Give us the state of the state. How are you doing?
We're doing really well. Look, the economy here in New Hampshire is phenomenal. It's booming. When you have the lowest poverty rate in the country, one of the lowest unemployment rates, businesses and families moving into New Hampshire, unlike any place else in the Northeast, that's a huge opportunity, not for the government, but for families and individuals. And that's why economic prosperity and a strong economy is so important, because it provides a better quality of life. It provides more flexibility. So we're very proud. Look, there's always a challenge out there, whether it's investing in mental health or opioids, whatever it might be. But we have a lot of opportunity.
So in that kind of world, why would voters really be motivated to come out to the polls? It sounds like their life is pretty good. They don't want a lot of change.
Very good. Look, there's two reasons why folks come out. First, they come out to say, yes, we are very happy with the economy. That's why Donald Trump is actually going to get a lot of voters out today on the Republican side, even though he's really not running. I mean, he could get upwards of 100,000 votes today. They didn't have to come, but that's people kind of voting the success that they're seeing in their communities. You have also folks on the other side. There's got to be a candidate, and there's been a lot of candidates that have not just spent money, but spent time with folks one-on-one in their communities to get them out. Some candidates are better at it than others in terms of, look, in New Hampshire, it's not, you got to look someone in the eye. You got to say, who are you as a person first? And you got to buy off on the person. Then we get to the policy later. And that's why New Hampshire is such a good national litmus test, because we do have such a high voter participation on both sides. We are very purple. We're very politically diverse. It doesn't take a lot of money or name ID to do well here. It really just takes someone that spends time with the individual. And that time gets, you kind of earn that vote. That's what the candidates do. They earn that vote, and people understand that responsibility of coming out and being that first litmus test for the rest of the country.
Yeah, I mean, we hear a lot about the expectations for the candidates, you know, and what they're trying to get out of the primary in New Hampshire. But how about the state? I mean, there's obviously a lot of spending that goes on. What kind of impact do the primaries have on the state's
Well, it's good.
economy?
I mean, they come in, they spend a lot of money. You know, our one TV station here temporarily becomes the most profitable TV station in the country, to be honest about it. But TV ads aren't everything. They're really not. My guess is there's a lot of pizza places that are feeding a lot of campaigns with pizza at night. But there is an economic impact. But we don't really look at that as much as the impact we and the responsibility we have as a state and as citizens to kind of be that first draw, right? It's just not all about the dollars. It's a responsibility we take very seriously, which is why, given what happened in Iowa, you know, we just want to kind of confirm with folks, we get it right. We've done this for 100 years.
Do you feel more pressure based on what happened in Iowa?
A bigger spotlight, but not more pressure, because we're not really changing anything. We've done it 100% reliable 100% of the time. So we've been a little more transparent about all the different things that we traditionally put in place. One person, one vote, paper ballot, it's counted, results come out. It's pretty simple. We know, as Bloomberg does too, we know how to count, right? But we want to make sure people understand there's a lot of reliability and safety in that. And because of that, a lot of folks come out and participate.
So, yeah, having just been through Iowa, we're hoping to get results tonight, right? We're going to get them from New Hampshire, right?
My guess is you'll get some of the first towns. I mean, we do it on a paper ballot, optical scanner. There's no, the only cords that come out of those optical scanners are to plug them in, right? There's no internet, there's nothing like that. And then you get the results. They're confirmed very publicly. All the candidates have people there that confirm those results, and they're called in. It's pretty simple.
So in terms of what we're hearing from the candidates in the economic front, we hear a lot about the good numbers, the unemployment rate. What are the challenges you do face in New Hampshire? We've heard a little bit about things like affordable housing or infrastructure, which is certainly a challenge in the rest of the country. But what are those challenges that you're facing?
So some of the big challenges we have, systems that we've had to completely rebuild. So one is our opioid crisis. A lot of folks know about it. Now we've had a great downward trend of opioid deaths here, but we've had to rebuild the whole infrastructure. And the president was a big part of that. He made about a $50 million investment into New Hampshire, helped us get some federal money to completely rebuild a more rural access to care type system with a lot of wraparound services. Mental health. You see this translating all over the country. You don't just keep pumping more money into it. You got to have more stakeholder-driven solutions to break down barriers. And again, it's about access to the services more than anything else. Infrastructure, we're actually, look, I'll take my roads and bridges over most states, to be honest. We do pretty darn well here. We're a New England state, so we have a lot of snow and a lot of salt and things like that, a lot of weather that we have to deal with. But our DOT guys are pretty terrific. On the infrastructure, we're making a huge investment in clean drinking water infrastructure here, about a $400 million investment, no taxpayer dollars. We're using it from the settlement money we got from Exxon years ago. So we're doing it kind of taxpayer-free and allowing those dollars to go at the very local level. Look, when we have surpluses in New Hampshire, the idea isn't just to spend more and create bigger government, it's to send it back to cities and towns. So you as a town voter in your town meeting can have real control over how that money is spent. That's the difference between New Hampshire and pretty much the rest of the country. It's small government, limited government, local control, low taxes. That's what that live free or die spirit is all about.